Welcome back to Elevation 44. It's your girl B. Today we're talking about something that's been helping me on my journey so much lately. And of course, once I come into something that I find really helpful, I'm always eager to share that knowledge with you. Okay, before we get started, I want you to go on ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the latest information I have coming your way. All right, so without further ado, let's get right into today's topic. Today, we're talking about the stone Moldavite. Yes, I'm not sure if that's focusing properly, but this is a really small piece of Moldavite, and actually, this was the biggest size that they had at the store that I went to buy it from, and it's quite expensive. This ran me about 45 bucks. So Moldavite is not cheap compared to the rest of the stones that you have available out there. But I can say that this was $46 well spent. Now, if you've been following me along my journey and tuning into the channel, you know that I've been diving really deep into shadow work. Right now, we're in a Scorpio sun energy. We're also in a Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Scorpio. So all of that energy has caused us to go within to make some real big transformative changes so that we're ready to move into the next phase of our journey. And a lot of that is centered around shadow work, facing your shadow side, those darker aspects of ourselves, tapping into that energy, learning how to transmute and how to where's the word that I'm looking for here? Learning how to contain that energy and just make it work in your favor so that you are successful along your journey. Now, Moldavite, okay? This little stone right here, let me tell you about Moldavite. So I started my shadow work, and once I started my shadow work, I was going through my own little purgings and changes and facing myself in different ways and just diving deep into things. And that was beautiful and everything. And it was hard. Like, it was really hard because, you know, when you're facing the uglier sides of yourself that you've been like suppressing or ignoring, it can be a real shock to yourself, and there's a lot of emotional release and all of that type of stuff. But when I introduced Moldavite to the mix, it was like, you know, I'm gonna use this analogy. You ever get on a roller coaster and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go ride this roller coaster because I need to conquer my fear, you know, like I need to be able to say that I did this, that I rode this roller coaster. Well, Moldavite is like getting on that roller coaster that you weren't ready for. It's like you get on and that thing starts click, 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 and then it gets to the top and shoo, and it's a wrap. And the whole time you're on the roller coaster screaming your head off saying, somebody stop the roller coaster and let me off. Okay, so it's not I wouldn't say as dramatic, but this is kind of the energy that Moldavite brings. It's that rapid transformation, and it's not going to be gentle with you, okay? It's gonna kick you in your behind like that roller coaster and zoom, you're off, okay? So for better or worse, when you bring Moldavite into your life, it's going to literally push you in the direction that you need to go in for that deep transformation that needs to take place within. Now, with that said, I would not take back having this stone in my life. Like, this has helped my transformation process and assisted me in my shadow work so greatly that I can't imagine. I know that I would still be able to get through that process, but I don't know where I would be without having this stone. Like, I don't know where in the process I would be, if that makes any sense. So I do want to say that this is that if you're not ready for a swift kick in the behind, then you don't need to get yourself Moldavite. But if you're ready to face the truth, if you're ready to get it in, if you're ready to do it by all means necessary, then Moldavite is what you want next to you, okay? So let's just get in to some of the things of Moldavite. Now, there are a lot of fakes because Moldavite is not actually an earth stone. it's a tektite, which means it is extraterrestrial. It came from outer space when a meteorite hit the earth, the impact, the heat, everything combined created Moldavite, okay? Now, unlike the other tektites, Moldavite is the only one that is this green color. The rest of them are like a brown or a black. They're very dark colored. This one is more like a hunter green. And when you hold it up to the light, it kind of has that translucent glass-like appearance. Now, for that reason, there is only a limited quantity of this stone, right? And so because of that, it is expensive because it is a limited quantity. They've already stopped mining. You can only find it in one location, which is the Czech Republic. And if you don't see your stone, it's been sourced from that area, it's probably a fake. They know that it's high demand, it costs a lot of money, and people put fakes in circulation to make money. So if you see it at a very, very low price, like a big chunk for a low price, it's probably a fake. If it's not this color and it's more of a brighter green, if it's really, really glassy looking, then it's probably a fake. So you just want to beware and be cautious that you're buying the real deal, okay? So go to a reputable dealer, make sure you look for this. It's like more of like a mossy hunter green color, and it's got I'm gonna try to put it a little bit closer. It's got a matte finish, okay? It's not shiny. It's got a matte finish, and it's got kind of like a rougher texture, right, to it. So with that said, make sure you're not getting a fake, people, okay? Because you know everybody's trying to be pulling the wool over other people's eyes for that coin, and we don't want to get caught up in that, okay? Moldavite is a tektite, and tektites are usually used for speeding up recovery with like illnesses and injuries. So again, this is not speeding up an injury or an illness, it's speeding up the transformation process, okay? This is what Moldavite is specifically speeding up. So it's when you want rapid change, this is the stone that you want to bring in. Now, Moldavite is said to also be what Thoth the Atlantean wrote the emerald tablets on. So the emerald tablets are rumored to be made of Moldavite, okay? Now, Moldavite operates at a very, very high vibrational frequency. And because of that, one of the things that will happen is when most people take a piece of Moldavite into their palm or whatever, when they touch it, they immediately feel like a warm flush or a heat flush come over their entire body, okay? Now, this is not everybody, but most people do feel this. And this does cause some people kind of get a little alarmed, or afraid of Moldavite, but it's because it's vibrating at such a high frequency, way beyond what we have here in our earthly realm, that it is foreign to us and our bodies don't really know how to adjust to it, okay? So with the Moldavite, one of the common symptoms is that heat flush. Another common symptom is headaches, lightheadedness, and you can also get like a fluttery heart, right? So the reason why you get the headaches and you get the lightheadedness and you just feel off in general is because your body is trying to raise up your own personal vibration, is trying to rise up to meet the energy or the frequency that the Moldavite is vibrating at. So it's trying to get your body to acclimate and match its frequency. So when you are feeling those symptoms, it is because of that. That is the sole reason why you're feeling those symptoms. The way that you can combat it in the beginning is to use grounding stones. Now, Moldavite works really, really well with all quartz crystals. It's great with smoky quartz. And then I used, again, my black tourmaline bracelet for that grounding effect, to keep me grounded. You want to use a black stone, or you want to use a stone like hematite that's going to keep you grounded and connected to the earth, so you don't feel as floaty and as like off-centered and weird. A lot of the times when people get Moldavite, they can only wear it for very small increments of time, and then they have to build their way up to wearing it over a longer period of time, or they have to start off with a really small piece and build their way up to a larger piece, okay? Because the frequency is just that high, and this is why it's called the transformation stone, because once you start moving your frequency from that lower realm into the super high realm, you have no choice but to transform, because you can't be the same person you were at a lower frequency at that higher frequency. It calls for a totally different you, and this is why this is the stone of rapid transformation. Okay, people? All right, another thing about Moldavite, like I said, you want to use a grounding stone to help you just kind of get acclimated to it. For me, I used, these two stones, mostly the black tourmaline, or I would grab a piece of hematite after meditating with it. And I just wear it in my little cage on myself all the time. I didn't listen to the whole, start off in small increments. And look, I went through it. Like, I had headaches, lightheaded, I felt nauseous, I just felt ill. But then when I brought in my black tourmaline bracelet, it kind of calmed it down. When I started using the grounding stones, it kind of calmed it down. Now, I will say I did work my vibration up really quickly. Within 3 to 4, I would say about 4 days, I was able to ditch the grounding stones for periods of time and just work solely with the Moldavite. And my vibration, I could feel my vibration over the course of those days and that's why I was feeling all those physical symptoms. So if you feel those symptoms, do not be alarmed. I will also say that when I put this on, I will say this. Okay, let me dial back. When we go back to when I say most people, when they touch it, they feel like that heat flush throughout their body. I did not feel that when I touched my Moldavite for the first time or the second time or the third time. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm not affected by it, right? So I put it in my little cage and I put it on, which is right near my heart chakra. And, green is always great for the heart chakra. So Moldavite is good for balancing out that heart chakra. So I put it in my little cage. I put it next, it's next to my heart. Man, within 1 minute of having this thing on my neck, my whole chest got really warm, and it just started spreading through my entire body. And I was like, okay, well, maybe because I didn't hold it and feel it, that I wasn't gonna feel anything at all. But no, I got the heat flush. I even started sweating a little bit. I was like, woo! It really hit and activated that heart chakra, let me tell you. So that is something, you may not feel it when you pick it up or you hold it, but when you wear it, you will feel that vibration, you will feel that frequency, you will feel that heat from this stone. Okay, so the last thing I will say about Moldavite is that the best thing about it is it's self-cleansing. You never need to clean it. It will clear and cleanse itself, so you don't really have a lot of maintenance with it. And like I said before, start small and work your way up to a bigger piece. Start using grounding stones with the Moldavite, and then, as you get your frequency gets acclimated and more in tune to match the vibrations of the Moldavite, then you can try to wean out the grounding stones. But I think every now and then to bring a grounding stone in and just kind of anchor yourself every once in a while is still a good practice to have. But this stone, I'm telling you, rapid transformation. I can't tell you, in a week of using this, I feel like I'm just let's go. I'm not telling you the work is easy now. I really had to purge. I had to purge emotionally. And there wasn't a whole lot that I was holding on to, but there were very specific things that I needed to face and recognize about myself, and then embrace, and then, purge emotionally. And this stone really sped up that process. And right now I'm in okay, I'm in my full power mode. Let's go, let's manifest, let's do, you know? And I feel so powerful. And I know that, yes, the power is within me, but I know that I have to give credit to this piece of Moldavite, this little tiny piece of Moldavite, for helping me, because it really sped up the process. Okay, so that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed learning about Moldavite and how I have had success with it. I hope that you're able to get your hands on an authentic piece, and let me know in the comments down below if you've worked with Moldavite before, if you're about to buy a piece, what you're looking forward to transforming. Just let me know your thoughts below. You know, I always want to like talk to you guys, read what you got going on and everything like that. So hit your girl up in the comments. Make sure that you like, share, comment, subscribe, you know the deal, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.